The online world really knows how to twist romantic tales into legal battles, doesn't it? One morning, Selena Gomez found herself in the spotlight with millions of eyes on her. Her own supporters are calling for her to ditch the guy she's into. It's not about the cheating, it's not about the scandal that went viral, it's all about a podcast. Just one podcast snippet, just a quick chat, a giggle, a fleeting moment that was over in a flash. And just like that, everyone had made up their minds. Girl, just end it with him. You totally deserve better, no doubt about it. Go for it, Selena. Get out of there. The hashtags were on fire. The comments were savage. Amidst all the chaos, Selena Gomez, a major figure in pop culture who faces relentless scrutiny, found herself at a crossroads. Should she give in to the pressure, or should she hold her head high and stay true to herself? She decided to take a stand. But let me spill the tea. This moment didn't just pop up out of thin air. This was more than just a podcast snippet. This was the newest installment in a saga that's been unfolding for years. Once upon a time, there was a girl who lived her life in the spotlight. Her heart laid bare on magazine covers. She faced heartbreak and judgment from countless strangers online, all telling her how to love and live. Yet through it all, she stood her ground, refusing to fade away into the background. To really get why this moment was such a punch to the gut, we have to rewind to the start. Selena Gomez's life is anything but a fairy tale, let me tell you. It's always been a whole lot more complex, a lot more genuine. Grand Prairie, Texas. So the population is sitting at around 300,000. Can you believe it? Definitely not the hottest spot in the entertainment scene. Selena Marie Gomez entered the world on July 22, 1992, born to a young mom named Mandy, who was just 16 at the time, and a dad who would mostly step away before Selena could really grasp what that meant for her life. They were just kids, struggling to make ends meet and navigating the ups and downs of life as it unfolded. Mandy juggled a bunch of jobs. There were a few months when the bills just didn't get settled. There were definitely some months when the fridge was looking a little empty. There was just something about this little girl, this dark-haired, bright-eyed kid from Texas, who simply wouldn't accept that this was the limit. Mandy once had a dream that was all her own. She always dreamed of being an actress. Life totally threw a wrench in that dream early on, but she channeled all that unrealized ambition into her daughter. Not in a pushy, stage mom kind of way, but more like how a mom does when she truly feels her kid has something extraordinary within them. So Selena totally kicked off her auditioning journey, and honestly, she was pretty amazing at it. Totally amazing. She had an undeniable charm. Can you believe that at just 10 years old, she scored a role on Barney and Friends? Yep, the same show with that iconic purple dinosaur. And guess what? Another future superstar, Demi Lovato, was also just beginning her journey there. Talk about a star-studded start. Two little girls with huge aspirations. A bond that would evolve into one of the most significant and ultimately complex connections in Selena's journey. Texas might have been small, but Selena's dreams were larger than life. When Disney came knocking, it was a total game changer. So when Wizards of Waverly Place dropped in 2007, Selena Gomez was just 15 and totally took over the scene. She was literally everywhere you looked. The show totally slayed. Let's talk about her character. Alex Russo, the ultimate sarcastic and charming teen wizard, always ready to stir up some magic and mischief. It just clicked, you know? Selena totally owned that role, like she was born for it. She totally owned it. America was totally smitten with her right from the start. But let me spill the tea on what nobody was discussing back then. Let me spill the real tea on what those press junkets and Disney Channel promos totally left out. Growing up as a child star in the Disney world comes with its own unique set of experiences. Your image is totally under control. Your public image is carefully crafted. Every step you take is so strategic, all to keep that brand safe and sound. So the brand here was totally wholesome, super safe, and definitely marketable. Selena was just a typical teen, navigating all those wild emotions that come with being young. The cravings of a teen's journey to discover her true self. But everyone was just craving to see her one true side. The cheerful edition. The friendly and relatable take. The edition that dropped merch and movie passes. She totally nailed that version, serving it up with style and grace, no complaints at all. But beneath the surface, there was a subtle tension brewing. The struggle of being seen for who you are versus just what others think of you. Feeling drained from the constant pressure to stay in the spotlight. The isolation that lurks behind the spotlight when success hits before you've had a moment to discover your true self beyond the glitz. And then we had Justin, you guys. There's one part of Selena Gomez's journey that the online world just can't seem to let go of, and it's this one. OMG, can we talk about Justin Bieber for a sec? Like, what's the latest tea on him? I'm dying to know. The guy with the iconic hair, that unforgettable voice, and a fan base that just can't get enough. It's like the size of a tiny nation. They discovered one another in their youth. Selena was just 17 years old. So Justin was just 16, huh? And just like that, their relationship turned into something that was no longer just theirs. It was for the people. Jelena, that's the name everyone knows them by. It was as if they were one whole vibe. It's like two distinct personalities have come together to form a single powerhouse brand. For years, it's been a roller coaster, sometimes together, sometimes apart, with moments in the spotlight and others behind closed doors. Selena and Justin were that couple everyone just had to talk about. When they were a thing, the media was all over them, loving every moment. When they split, everyone had an opinion. When they reunited, everyone was dissecting every pic for hints of drama. When it wrapped up for the final time, like really wrapped up, Selena Gomez has officially left her teenage years behind. She was an adult who had navigated some of the most pivotal moments of her life, experiencing love and pain while the world watched. She kept it low-key, not spilling the details like everyone expected, avoiding the drama and the evidence that the online crowd craved. She kept her struggles to herself, and honestly, that drove everyone online totally wild because, let's be real, the internet just can't handle silence. But the silence was concealing something way more significant than just a breakup. So, back in 2015, Selena Gomez totally pulled the plug on her world tour. Can you believe it? The official statement was super unclear. Fans were totally shook. Gossip was off the charts. In 2015, she made a low-key move to check into a facility to tackle her anxiety and depression. So, in 2017, she finally spilled the tea and revealed the whole truth: lupus. She had been fighting against lupus, a relentless autoimmune disease that had been wreaking havoc on her body for years. And she definitely wasn't keeping it to herself. She was in desperate need of a kidney transplant. So, get this, her bestie, Francesca, totally came through and gave her a kidney. Can you believe it? Just an ordinary person, not in the spotlight or behind the scenes. Her true friend, the one who glanced at Selena Gomez and confidently said, "You can have mine." The world was totally shook and in disbelief. For Selena, this was just another day in her not-so-glamorous reality, far from the typical Hollywood drama. This was totally her vibe. This was the situation she had been navigating. The exhaustion, the anxiety, the unknown, all while dropping new albums, strutting down red carpets, and putting on a brave face. She finally dropped the act after the transplant. So that choice she made to just keep it real, to drop the act and stop pretending to be all about that wellness vibe she wasn't feeling? Yeah, that totally laid the groundwork for a whole new side of Selena Gomez that we hadn't seen before. It's like, wow, a fresh take on her that the world was just waiting to discover. This is where things really start to get interesting. Honestly, if you think about it, anyone in Selena's shoes, feeling let down by their own body and nursing a wounded heart, would probably just fade away, right? They'd go silent, take a step back from the industry that just loves to spit people out and call it growth. But not her. Selena totally flipped the script. She kicked off Rare Beauty in 2020, a makeup line that's all about embracing uniqueness rather than chasing perfection. It's a bold statement that everyone should feel special, reminding us that our value isn't defined by how well we cover up our imperfections. Over the years, Rare Beauty has made a name for itself, not just due to marketing, but because of the genuine authenticity that drives it. She kicked off Only Murders in the Building, a Hulu series that totally reminded everyone in the industry that she's not just a performer, but a real actress who can actually act. She totally held her ground with Steve Martin and Martin Short, and you know what? The Emmy buzz kicked off right away. She totally snagged a Golden Globe. She totally skyrocketed to the top as the most followed woman on Instagram, a place that, honestly, she once said made her super unhappy. She faced the pain head on, not backing down from what had caused her hurt. She totally owned it, doing things her way. And then She totally fell for him. Benny Blanco. If you haven't heard the name, you definitely know the vibes. He's dropped some of the most iconic tracks over the past 20 years. We've got some bangers from Ed Sheeran, Katy Perry, Maroon 5, and Rihanna. Can't wait to spill the tea on these tracks. So, let me spill some tea. He's been totally behind the scenes, crafting the sound of pop music for ages now. He's such a character, always making fun of himself, bursting with creativity, and totally head over heels for Selena Gomez. When their relationship dropped in late 2023, the internet was buzzing with opinions. The online world is never short on opinions. Some fans were totally lost. Benny was totally different from Selena's past boyfriends. He wasn't your typical moody pop star or a dreamy Hollywood heartthrob. He was super loud, hilarious, a bit chaotic, and totally unbothered by how he came across. Some folks were totally here for it. So many folks were totally skeptical about it. A loud crowd online jumped to hate it without even having a solid reason to back it up. But Selena, for the first time in her public romantic life, looked like she was truly at peace. She talked about Benny with a genuine warmth that felt completely natural. She claimed he was her ride or die. She shared that moment with him like someone who's just going through the motions, not really selling the whole happiness vibe, in a laid-back, real way, showing their feelings without any pretense. And then the podcast dropped. A podcast clip featuring Benny Blanco has been making waves on social media, spreading like wildfire as people express their genuine outrage. Fans are totally buzzing about it. Fans totally captured that moment. Fans totally went off, creating whole threads to dissect it. The video, which a lot of people found pretty off-putting, featured Benny in a manner that had Selena's fans buzzing. The Senators, known for being one of the most fiercely loyal fan communities in music history, felt that there was a serious lack of respect shown, disrespectful to her, to the relationship, and to the image of the man involved. Selena totally put her person on blast for everyone to see. The reaction was instant and intense. Girl, just end it with him. He totally doesn't deserve her, like seriously. Hey Selena, you need to check this out. The request was no laughing matter. So many comments and posts, it's like a massive fan army swooping in to stage an intervention for a woman who never even asked for it. Can you believe it? And this is where the drama really kicks in, because usually, celebs in this kind of situation just go radio silent. The PR team took care of it. No drama here. They dropped a statement crafted by 3 different voices that manages to say a whole lot while actually saying nothing at all. They just sit back and let the drama unfold, waiting for the buzz to fade away. Selena totally didn't do that, like seriously. Selena Gomez totally came through with a personal response. No team of PR pros behind the scenes crafting her every word. She totally laid it out there in her own words that she's all about Benny and that her relationship is hers to own. The guy her fans wanted her to ditch is the one she's all in for. No regrets and no excuses. That was definitely not a defensive move. It definitely wasn't the reaction of someone who was taken by surprise or rattled by the commotion. It was super chill. It was straight to the point. It was the reaction of a woman who has dedicated 3 decades to realizing that what others think about her life really has nothing to do with her own journey. It's all about the narrative that those individuals have created in their minds. The Selena they believe they have the right to defend. The Selena that's totally theirs. The authentic Selena, who navigated through lupus, heartbreak, and the total breakdown and rebuilding of her identity. She's totally not one of them. She totally got schooled on that one, and honestly, it's a price that most folks just won't get. And honestly, that might be just what her biggest fans are craving to hear. OMG, you guys! So Selena Gomez is totally engaged now. Can you believe it? Spill the tea, right? Benny Blanco pops the question in December 2024. A diamond ring, a private moment that got out, and Selena's reaction was just what you'd imagine from someone who's done with the show and is finally embracing real life. OMG, she totally said yes! The comment section went wild again. Some are all about the excitement, while others stick to the same tired warnings, with the usual crowd convinced they have all the answers. But this time, it was totally different because Selena Gomez didn't even flinch. She's in her early 30s. She's navigated a childhood under the spotlight, faced the ups and downs of her health, dealt with one of the most analyzed relationships in celebrity history, undergone a kidney transplant, battled anxiety and depression, and survived countless social media trends dictating her identity. She totally created a billion-dollar empire. She snagged a Golden Globe. She decided to prioritize her own happiness, fully aware that the online world was keeping tabs on her every move, and she would totally do it all over again. So, here's the vibe that lingers with you once you take all of this in. In today's society, it's wild how countless people feel totally justified in telling a woman to ditch the guy she loves over just a snippet from a podcast. We're talking about a single clip, not actual proof of abuse or a history of wrongdoing, just a fleeting moment or a vibe that rubbed them the wrong way. The woman at the heart of it all, who's been dictated to about her choices in love and life for 30 years, just responded with a firm, no thank you. That's not being clueless. That's not the kind of love where you just ignore everything. That's a woman who's really put in the effort, the therapy, the surgery, the solitude, the self-reflection. A woman who has learned to prioritize her own instincts over the opinions of others. Maybe the real tea isn't about whether Selena Gomez made the right choice. So when did we all collectively agree that it was our place to make choices for her, right? She definitely knows what's up with that answer. Are you serious right now? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I seriously want to know. So do you think Selena totally nailed it with how she dealt with this situation? So do you think the internet totally has a responsibility for the actual lives of real people?